how well it handles gaming, perhaps some stress tests, some daily use, and help you identify if you only have a budget of $400 to $500, somewhere in that ballpark area, what you might be able to expect out of that kind of PC, and if it's worth spending that kind of money or just going up above to get more of, performance that you would hope to get. Sorry, this is live, so some of these words aren't coming out great. So let me run you guys through the specs of the PC really quick. Also, let me get the chat live too, because this is a live stream. So when you guys click on this video to watch it and you're not in the stream itself, you might see me interacting with people and there'll be chat messages popping up. But I like to do the streams so that people can interact and tell me what they'd like to see, games, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get the chat going on my end and then tell you guys what this PC is. So I have behind me this $415 PC. This is give or take. It's rough. So we have a Ryzen 5 2600, an RX 580. We have 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and this is an Okinos Aqua 3 case. Now, where some things are going to be different from like the actual price of a $400 PC and what I'm running. So I have a 2 terabyte in here just so that a 2 terabyte NVMe just so that I can actually play all the games. I'm going to show you the pricing of a half gig. I've got a 750 watt power supply that's like semi-modular. You can go find power supplies that are like 550, 650 watts. Will run this no problem at all. You can find those for much cheaper than what this would be. And then, sorry, there was some chat. I was getting confused here. The motherboard is also going to be a little more expensive as well. This is like probably a mid-tier motherboard. So we're going to base it off of like if you were to purchase a lower end. So this is running on a B550. That's pretty much what you want to get. You can get like an A520 or something like that. Will this be in a giveaway if it doesn't work? It will not. The next PC that I'm giving away is actually going to be a 4790K. I might need to pull you guys up a little bit. All right, there we go. That's going to be a 4790K. I'm actually hosting a tournament in Oklahoma for that. It's going to be a rock, paper, scissors tournament. But I'm going to show you the prices really quickly. That way you guys can see, kind of believe me. We're going to be using a 1080p monitor to start out so that you can see what it would run on a monitor that's similar to that. If enough people request like, hey, can we go to a 1440p monitor or something like that, that's fine. So where some of the numbers might change, I did $70 was kind of the base. I took mid-range of everything, like used price mid-range. And this is very cheap knockoff RAM here. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's green. It doesn't have a housing case on it, like the thermal protection or whatever it is. It makes it just look cool. So this particular RAM, if you were to go find it, is called Lee 16 gigs, 3200 megahertz. On average, you can see, where did I go? Where was that? I found it somewhere. Somewhere on here it said it was $30. Oh, here I have to do this. Used price. So on average, it says it's anywhere from $25 to $40. You usually can find them around 30 bucks. So 16 gigs of RAM, we're going to show you guys that here. If you were to go look for a used half terabyte as NVMe. Again, this one, it has a 2 terabyte in it, but that's just so I can have all the games. It's a Gen 4. You can run Gen 3, Gen 4, Gen 5. You probably have to run Gen 3 around these prices. Anywhere between 35 and 60. So if you go click on eBay, 512 is 75 bucks. What is this? 512 is 55 bucks. So that's kind of like the price that you can expect. An AM4 motherboard. So again, depending on what you're going to purchase, you can get all kinds of different pricing on these. I just went with like a generic one here. I think you can find them even cheaper than this 60. The RX 580, that is also going to vary depending on like the model that you have. This particular one, oh, sorry guys. This particular one is a Sapphire. So I'll show you some of the pricing here, but you can find them cheaper than that. It's around $80, $75 in some cases, $85. So I think I did 80 bucks for that. The Aqua 3 case, you can find them brand new for $60 in the white or $58 in the black. And then the Ryzen 5 2600, $30 to $55. If you go to eBay here, you can find them for $32, $40, $35, $43. So I just kind of ballparked that price there of 40 bucks, called it a day. And then as far as like the power supply, so I mean honestly, like I said, you can go with anything really. You can go with a 550 watt power supply for this particular build, and look, $26, 50 bucks, $32, $54. I personally have used the Raid Max Cobra 650 watts several times. And this is still, oh, this is way more expensive on here. If you go through Newegg, it's still, what, 40 bucks, $45. So I've used that one several times and had great results with it. So, you know, all in all, you could end up spending slightly more than $400 on this. You could spend slightly less, you could spend a lot more. But I just wanted to show you a build around $400 so that you could see if you were to go the used route on a lot of things, like how well it's going to run. Because oftentimes we get this idea like, yes, building a brand new computer is probably going to be $700, $800 or more, no matter what you build, if it's going to have any kind of quality. But if you go to the used market, you could probably squeeze a lot more out of it than you'd like. In fact, yesterday I did a stream where I tested a Ryzen 5 5500 with a 9070 XT, and the results were really impressive. The 5500 is like a low-end budget CPU, and I actually used that CPU and GPU combination for work all day, and it ran fine. It wasn't as fast as what I normally use, but it was serviceable. So today we are going to do, we're going to play some games on here. What are the specs? So if you guys are just kind of coming in, hold on, let me read this. If I'm running on a Dell, oh man, I can't, I have no clue what that Dell might have in it, so I can't answer that. Daily Dose, this has a Ryzen 5 2600. It's also got, here, I'll show you, a Ryzen 5 2600, 16 gigs of RAM, an RX 580. Some of the things I had to like kind of roundabout. So it has a 2 terabyte NVMe. I'm basing the price on a half a terabyte just because we're going to play some games on this and I need a little more space. So if you guys go back in the stream, you can see all of those things, but we are going to run on a 1080p monitor here. We're going to test out some games that people would probably play on this type of setup. So we're just going to try out, you know, some of these games, see how it pushes. If it looks like it's doing really well, which I've used the 580 in the past on several different CPUs. I've paired this 580 with the Ryzen 5 9600X. Whew, that's loud. I've paired it with the Ryzen 5 5500. I can't remember if I've done the Core Ultra that I've got, the 250 KF Plus with it. I think I've done it with a couple other CPUs too, I just don't remember. And it's not bad. It does have its limitations, but it's 8 gigabytes of VRAM, and it's not super slow, but it's not super fast. So like you are going to be running 1080p low or medium. It's going to be interesting to see it paired with the 2600 because the Ryzen 5 2600 isn't great. It's not that fast. It's not like you're going to hate it if you don't have a computer at all. But like if you're coming from, so I use it, you know, my daily use is an Intel Core Ultra 250 KF Plus. I know it's a mouthful. It's a pretty fast CPU. So going from that to this definitely does have like its downgrade to it. So it has an i3 processor and an Intel. Yo, Mr. You know, I don't know how to say, Mr. You've been in here so many times. It's good to see you. Is it Mr. Mosin? Probably Mosin. Dude, the 580 is a strong card. Also, yesterday in the stream, I was talking about this, how the CPU speed impacts the time it takes for you to do shaders, to download whatever, like install files and all of that. And some people were questioning, like they thought like that was strictly the SSD. This is actually like the same SSD that I had with the Ryzen 5 5500. I'm just using the same thing. But you can see here, like it moves like the speed of molasses on how quickly it does these shaders. And that's it. In my experience, it's almost strictly CPU based. Dude, I'm good. I'm tired. We had I don't know if you've been around or seen the videos as much. We had We had a baby about 3 months ago, so I am not sleeping a whole lot. So instead of making videos, I've opted in to do the streams because a typical video takes me anywhere from like 8 to 12 hours to make. A stream, this one was a little more demanding because I had to like swap out the CPU. I had to change out the GPU, which isn't like a heavy load, but for a stream it is. Like, but in my videos before, I would do 3 different GPU swaps. I might be swapping out the CPU 3 different times. And then I have to like edit all that footage and cut out the fluff and things that people don't want to see. So like that could take me 8 to 12 hours. And I just don't have the time to do that right now. Whereas a stream, like that was time consuming at an hour. And I might be on here for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I can do this a couple times a week, once a week, whatever I can actually get, the time to make and hang out with people and interact more than I can commit to putting out a video. And a lot of times, like if I don't put out a couple videos a week, they just don't start getting a lot of traction. So I figured this would be more enjoyable. It feels more chill like it. Also, hey, would you guys tell me, I want to make sure that I'm not on like my phone audio. I am going through the microphone, right? It does sound clear. If it sounds like it's like muffled or far away, then it's the iPhone. It'd be nice to have a cool dad like you. I don't know that I'm cool. My daughter might not always tell you that. I've got a 2-year-old and a 2-month-old. Life is very, very, very exhausting right now. So yeah, so we're going to be testing this out. I've got the 1080p monitor set up. We're going to go through some games. I'll let you guys pick the game after this. So we're doing Apex Legends first. If it looks like it's handling this, we might try 1440p. And also, like, I did do some light browsing there on the internet for you guys. But we might do a little more. And to be completely transparent and fair, the drivers and all that are not correct simply because this is my everyday SSD. I don't have like a game set aside SSD that I can just take from PC to PC. And I use Intel on that, and I don't want to delete the drivers and restart and all that. So like that could cause some issues, but I don't think it's going to cause too many. If it's absolutely terrible, then we might redo the test. But I just want to be transparent because we could see potentially higher results if I were to do that, but I don't think it's going to make that big of a deal. So I think we're almost done. So we'll also like open up a couple browsers, scroll through some things, but like it seems, I mean, you guys can kind of hang out over here with me, but it seems like it's doing pretty well as far as just like clicking around, moving. It's a little slow and it loads things kind of, but it's not bad. This is pretty responsive for a $400 PC. Let's go ahead and go back into Apex. We're almost loaded up here. Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Redemption. Yes, it should clear. It should clear. You love watching PC building. I wish I was here a little earlier. I didn't build the PC. I have been doing... can play Battlefield 6 720p. Oh, it should play way more than that. It should play more than 720p. I have done some build streams as well. So like some of those are chill. I'm also gonna do probably in the future, like when I get new stuff in, I might do like unboxing streams where I just take stuff out. I put together the Ryzen 5 5500 on stream. Some of that I do whatever. So let's go ahead and jump into this. We'll show you guys the settings. I'll set you up here. Would a 1080 Ti fit in a $400 budget? 1080 Ti's I think are around $100, maybe a little more. So like I said, the RAM on this is $30. So if you were to go buy this exact RAM here, it's like $30. I like budgeted this build that I'm telling you guys about that the RAM was $70. So you could get like this exact kind of RAM. It's called Liyi, L-I-Y-I, for $30. And most of the time an RX 580 is $75, $80. You could just take that difference there. So let's go ahead and look at the video. We're on 720. Woo, it won't let me above this. Whoa. I guess I can't go above 720 here. Discard. There is a person at my front door. It'd be great to have a PC like that. I'm on an Intel processor, i3 Intel HD 2000 GPU. I think I remember hearing about that GPU, but it's a little older. GTX 1080 Ti's are $100 on Facebook Marketplace. eBay's usually, yeah. So the 1080 Ti is solid. The problem with the 1080 Ti on a build like this is they draw a lot of power and a lot of heat. So there's a chance that like you should adequately, oh yeah, I should probably turn on MSI. You should be able to adequately cool it down, but it might run into some issues with wattage. So it's possible, also ignore where it says up here 250kF, it's gonna say that in a second. It's possible that you would need a larger power supply. So like I've got a 750 in here that would handle it, but we're talking like if you're building a $400 PC, you're probably running a 550 or 650 watt power supply. You don't really need more than that. Oh wow, the GPU is maxed out. If we don't get in a game in the next minute or two, I'm just gonna bounce out of this because Apex is not the greatest at loading and stuff. There's a Strix 1080 Ti for $100. Dude, the 1080 Ti is still a good card. If you're gonna look on Amazon for a cheap PC, I know that there's a lot of people that did like a Dell Optiplex build and like they switched that out for other things. I think those come with RAM. I don't know what size, like terabyte, half a gig or whatever, but I think you can do like a card that doesn't require external power on them, which I don't remember off the top of my head if that's like a 1650 or what it is, but you could probably get away with something like that. So we're gonna jump into this, and I will probably have to change up some of the settings, but you guys will be able to see what we are running here. So video, won't let me change out of this 1280 by 720. That could be because I didn't do anything. Oh, ultra, I don't want ultra. Yeah. We're gonna go down to medium, apply. Can I do that? Yeah, we're like maxed out here. I don't know if like my wife is at the door or something. I might have to go do that real quick or something. I'm the jump master? Okay, we've applied everything here. Oh wow, I need to relinquish this stuff. And can I change this? Here we go. Okay. Nice. So now we're in 1080p. We're on lower settings. We're consistently above 60 here. This is playable. Not really demanding game. Yeah, it's not great. So we'll kind of check out here if we get any kind of lag, stuttering, drops, that kind of stuff. Also, there's a very strong chance that you guys are about to see my little one. I'm sure she's going to come in here and make all kinds of noise. So you guys be ready for that. Oh, I got a good gun right away. 100 FPS, not bad. Yeah, this probably wouldn't run. I don't want that. This wouldn't run much higher. I'm not going to play much of Apex. I would just like to get in one fight for you guys. Ooh, that felt like it was a little, like, potentially about to lag there. I wish this guy would, like, stop stealing all my stuff. I feel like I'm shaking the table a lot. Sorry, guys. So if you're just joining the stream, we're testing out a Ryzen 5 2600. It's paired with 16 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM and an RX 580. I don't really care if I run off and get myself killed. So, did they say there's hostiles? I just want to go fight and not spend the whole time. You can see micro stutters. What considered lagging for a gaming PC? I mean, I don't think it's micro stuttering, Mr. Monson. How do I say that? Help me out here so I'm not saying it wrong because you've been in here forever. So I feel like I should know how to say it correctly. I don't want that. I don't care about weapons. Let's just go find someone and fight. It could just be like maybe there's a stream delay or something because on my end I haven't seen anything that makes it look like it's not running well. Are you guys in a fight? Sometimes I don't like doing live streams either because you guys are stuck watching all these boring parts. Oh, that looks cool. I want to do that. You're stuck doing all these boring parts, and I'm trying to have to like create some kind of interest that really, I mean, it's showing how the game runs, but at the same time, like, it's not that intriguing, you know, watching me run around and do nothing. What just happened there? What settings are you running? Everything's at low. I think I put some stuff to medium. It's low or medium. I like watching people talk about PC, so it's not boring. That's nice to know. I'm glad to hear that. So this is a very budget build. We're on 1080p. We're sitting at 120 FPS. Wow, I have to imagine that's going to drop whenever we get into a real fight. I didn't think we were that high. I thought we were like 80-ish. Man, this game is so dead. I can't believe, like, we haven't seen anybody. I just want to go get in some fights. Have you heard about blackout computers? I don't think so, unless it goes by a different term. I haven't done the greatest job of staying up to date here lately. So that I would not rely on me for. Yeah, it does look like on your end that perhaps you guys are maybe getting some lag, and it's not a result of like the game not running well. I think it's just it's lagging, like the stream maybe having some delay or something of that nature. Because I'm not getting anything on my end at all. Let me get that. Wait, how do I get like the backpacks? I don't remember how to do those things. I don't know. Whatever, let's just go find someone to fight. How many people are even in this game? There's 39 people. They used to sell old $300 PCs, but they can't do it anymore because of RAM prices. They can't do it because SSDs, RAMs. I mean, that's the crazy part is you can buy a CPU cheaper than the SSD or the RAM at this point. Like graphics cards have always kind of been, they should be cheaper than they are, but they aren't. And you can't really do much about that. What's my other gun? I don't really want that, but I don't really care because all I want to do is just go fight someone. I don't know why I'm looting. I just should just go out and get myself like destroyed. X99 still beats Ryzen 2nd gen. I've heard it does well. It ran for 1080p. Yeah, I've heard good things. I've got a friend that swears by the Xenon and that kind of stuff. In fact, he may show up in the stream at some point, and he'll definitely give you his opinion on that. Oh, they're fighting? Cool. I'm coming. How do I get over there? Do I have any like transportation in this game? I really don't know what I'm doing. Wait for me. How far are you guys? Oh, they're way over there. This is so disappointing. All I wanted to do was get in some action, and I ran from it. Can I climb up this wall? I genuinely don't know. Just looking for a fight here. I will catch up on what you guys have said here in a second because I want to like be able to focus on this and see like if there's any lag or anything. And I'm probably going to die pretty quickly because I'm bad at this game and I don't know how to use like weapons or things like that. Also, I've always had a complaint because I did play this game like my cousin liked it, and I never really got that deep into it, but it takes so much to like down people or hurt them. There we go. I think someone's right in front of me. So I'm going to try to third party this and see if there's any kind of lag. They're shooting at something here. VR makes great content. I will have to catch up on this. Wow, that didn't kill that guy? Oh. All right. I didn't feel like there was any stuttering or lag there, so I'm impressed. I thought that was pretty good. I don't know how to leave this. It's not bad. Let's catch up on with you guys. Look into something like Atlas or Revy OS. It's custom Windows with less bloat. Yeah, I've heard that you should probably go Linux or something like that. PCs that are companies that are trying to get rid of it. Yes. Yeah, if you look in like dumpsters and stuff, it might be streamed too. Yeah, like I said, I don't think that there's anything. I'm not getting anything on my end that's showing it, so most likely it's just like a buffering issue coming through because the stream doesn't run at the highest settings or highest quality. So I'm going to go through, let you guys look at some of these games here, and we can kind of pick out. Brian, what's up? I'll let these guys look at this really quick. It's a good-looking PC, though. Actually, here, I'll show you. So we used the case that you gave me. It is a Ryzen 5 2600, an RX 580, still the 16 gigs of RAM, same motherboard. And then, like, just for the sake of it, we're still using a 2 gig NVMe and then a 750 watt power supply. But I'm basing it on, like, what you would build if you were building this, because those things don't factor into it as much. So if you guys want to take a look at some of these games, let me know, if there's one that you would like to see played. If you don't live by Oklahoma, I can't do that because it's designed to do like an in-person thing. I can't really like do an online thing. I've done online stuff before. Let's play CS together, man. Oh no. I am not good at that. I think you've seen that. So if there's anything you guys see that you would like to have me try out or play, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just jump into something here and run it. Borderlands 4? Okay. CS, we can do CS after that. Can we even do that, Mr. Mosen? I thought you were in a different country. If it even starts, here, I guess we'll find out. Cyberpunk? We could try Cyberpunk next after. So we'll do this, Counter-Strike, and then Cyberpunk. We'll see if it starts here. It's because you're 2 states away. You're in Utah. Oh, man. Yeah, it's tough. At some point, if I ever get large enough, I'll potentially like travel. It will not. It will not start. It won't let me play. I guess it won't. Path tracing and Cyberpunk, back at that again, huh? So we'll go to Counter-Strike then. That one should start up no problem. This should have stopped, right? Stop. Wait, no, hold on. Hold on, did it start? Hold up, you guys. What? It gave me it won't work. Hold on, Peter, it might work. We might have something here. Oh yeah, so if you guys like did want to see or like, if you guys ever did want to support the channel, donate anything like that, you can use this link here, and it does help like towards giveaways and stuff like that. I probably should have put. I think I can pin this. Pin. How do I do that? Pin message. There we go. Did that work? Did it pin it? I think it might have. Yeah. So surprisingly, pin. There we go. Okay. Did it open? What am I missing here? I can't tell if we crashed. No, it's running. What? It's probably going to run terrible. It's probably not going to run well, and it's going to. Oh, I pinned that far too many times. Sorry, guys. Do I mail giveaways? I do if you're on the newsletter. Actually, the link that you just saw. Peter, the only problem that we're going to run into is this right here. This could take me 20 minutes to compile the shaders on this slow CPU. So I'm going to try to entertain you guys, I suppose, while that's the case, while that's happening. Here, let's go ahead and just kind of go back to, whoops, I didn't mean to click on that. Let's go ahead and go back to the internet here and just kind of click around. We've got a couple web pages open, as you guys can see up here. So this is kind of just like a responsiveness. The newsletter has a free version that you can be entered in. As long as you're in the United States, you can potentially win the PC. That one I do ship. They didn't use to compile shaders. What is the CPU in there? This is a Ryzen 5 2600. Underneath there is a Ryzen 5 2600. How do you get the FPS, etc. on the left top? You have to download a program called MSI Afterburner. So it's this right here. And then you have to download a program called Rivatuner, however people say it. You'll have to look up a guide on like how to actually set that up. But those are the two programs that you need. It's a little complicated, so I'm not going to do all of that kind of stuff. So while we're waiting on this, as I said, this could take us a very long time. Peter, we might not have enough time to sit with this. I might give it like 5 or 10 minutes, and if it doesn't go, we're going to call it, because that will be torture for me and for everybody on here, because I only have, what time is it? I guess I have a little while. So let's just click on some things, try to go places. We'll just PC stuff. We'll see how responsive it is. I'll tell you guys like if I'm typing and it takes a while to catch up. But it seems like it's running pretty well. Let's look here at, oh, we're on Newegg already. Okay, let's go look at Newegg deals. Well, you know what, Newegg, if you guys want to sponsor me and send some money, hey, can someone please help? My PC suddenly started black screening, freezing while gaming. GPU, iGPU RAM, CMOS. Ooh. Just finished teaching your little son build a PC. You don't know if you're going to let him keep it yet. Hey, buddy. I mean, that's cool, though. I've let Summer, like, bang around on things and mess with the screwdriver, but obviously, you know, she's not old enough to build one. So here we're just kind of testing the responsiveness of when we click on things, if we move to other pages. This is very, very responsive, you guys. Actually, I probably can't do Amazon on there. So let's just go click on some things. Let's see if this has moved at all. 18%. Okay, so it's possible that we could get this up and running. So there are a lot of people in this chat here. Rehance, however you say your name, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, that are very smart. I can potentially help you diagnose it. Some of them can as well. But they're going to have some good ideas of like what's going on. If you've tried a lot of things already and you're not getting any display, I mean, what did you say here? Black screening while gaming. So it's running beforehand and then it crashes while it's gaming. I mean, you could be overheating your CPU. You could not have enough power. Like you said, you might need to replace the power supply. You could have fried your motherboard. You might have out-of-date drivers for your graphics card. I mean, there's so many things without actually sitting on it. It's not going too bad. I mean, it's 30%. So we can live with that. But I just wanted to show you guys like the responsiveness here of this, which is way better than I thought it was going to be, because I expected this to be horrendous. So let's just go look at some shell shocker deals real quick on here. I mean, every time I'm clicking on something, it's going really fast. Also, I heard that the 9070 XT is now $1,000. I wanted to confirm that. Is it $1,000 as of today? What are the components? Oh, on his PC. Yeah, see, I don't see this. I got a notification today that it's supposed to go up to $1,000. I guess here it is. Here's $1,000. Wait, is it? That's the same one I have. Isn't this? No, I don't have this one. I have a, what am I talking about? I have a Prime. I'm a goofy man. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me, guys. Okay, so it's not $1,000. Yeah, I'm very impressed with how this is running. I completely messed up all of that, but whatever. So we'll go back to the game, let that load. It's going much quicker than I expected at 60%. So yeah, so if you guys are curious, I guess I'll show you really quick. The PC that we're giving away, I'm going to probably swap out the case, but if you're signed up for the newsletter, in December we're doing a giveaway for this PC. This is a B650. It's got a Ryzen 5 9600X. And then we're also going to have a 3060 Ti as well. It's free to sign up. At some point, I'm going to get back to regularly updating it. So what I let you guys do is like, I go in there and tell you like ahead of time, hey, this is the type of content I'm going to be releasing. Do you want to see any games? Would you prefer 1080p, 1440p? Would you prefer this card or that card? Whatever it might be. And then like, it's a free service. You can sign up to pay $5 a month if you want, just to help support the YouTube channel, me. You know, all this tech costs a lot of money. So you can sign up for that. That one is free if you live in the United States. And then the other thing is, like I did want to mention, I think perhaps some people are signing up multiple times through different emails. I will find that out and like kind of vet that. So please be honest. You know, just make sure you're not, you know, trying to sign up. But also, yeah, so the 3060 Ti is this Gigabyte Eagle. It's a pretty cool looking GPU. I like it. There's a little blue light up here that, you know, comes on whenever you've got it plugged in. We are nearing completion on Borderlands 4 here. Very cool. Let me see what everyone's said so far. All right, $1,000 for 9070 XT. Yeah, that's rough. Let me see what you guys have said here. I'll kind of read some of these. Current protection. You're buying parts from eBay. Oh, someone asked like about a PC on here, didn't they? Like, I'm sorry, I missed that. I think someone had mentioned like 1.2 to 1.3. Oh, 1.2 to 1.4K PC. Yeah, the build that you described, DY7 A3R, I don't know how to say your name. That's a great build. The 9070 XT 9600X. That's what I ran before I swapped over to the Intel Core Ultra. CPU, yes. This is very slow. What's the average people who enter, like how many? Average number of people? There's like, did it crash? Are you guys, oh wait. Yeah, I forget, whenever you do this, you have to, Borderlands will compile the shaders and then it'll completely restart. What's the average number of people? Do I recommend a 2K monitor? I would, depending on what you have. I think there are like 20, 25 people in there, something like that. For the 5050, you need at least 750 watt power supply. You're running a 5050? Nah, you don't need a 750 watt for a 5050. Which model of 2K monitor? I don't know enough about monitors. A 5070? Yeah, 5070 on a 750 watts fine. No. Peter, we might find out here if it doesn't work at all. Make sure your giveaways don't fill. Yeah. So that's something that I'm gonna make sure that I validate, is that people aren't trying to do that. I probably will start having people say their name, or at least like, I don't know how I'm gonna enforce that. 450 watt, it's enough for a 5050 even if you have a beefy CPU. 450 is not a lot. I don't know that I would ever run any PC. I think that like some of those Office ones come with it, but I wouldn't run a PC with 450 watts personally. Gigabyte P550 80 plus silver. I didn't read enough of that to know. Whoa, 40 FPS in the, oh no. There you go, Daily Dose knows. I couldn't tell you, I know nothing about monitors. You guys are also smart about this. I use an NZXT 1200 watts. Jeez. Do you think this is a scam? It's 130. More shaders. Yeah, I know. That's the thing about Borderlands is it's ridiculous. So I guess I'm not going to force you guys to come in here and watch me rehang. I hope that someone's got you because I have not kept up with the chat well enough to know if you need to replace that power supply or not. Honestly, like Google has been my best friend. Also, he might be in the chat. He might have left. I have a friend that I will like call and talk through problems. He's smarter than I am. Like every now and then he might call me, but to ask things. But like he's way smarter than I am at building PCs. But Google's been my best friend. Just YouTubing stuff like troubleshooting. To me, troubleshooting is just always the same. Like, okay, what are the things I know how to do? Okay, none of that worked. Then go like check out the symptoms and try and diagnose it. But that's the tough thing about building PCs and working with them is like, it's never the same thing. Okay, we're on 1080p here. This is on the Ryzen 5 2600X. Let's go see what settings we're on. Windowed full screen. Oh, here we go, advanced. We're on low. FSR, quality. There is no frame gen on. Everything is low or medium. Okay, let's go ahead and play the game. It's not the prettiest. It doesn't look amazing. Where am I going? I haven't played Borderlands in... Oh, that's a symptom. So did you guys see how long that took for me to jump on the bike? Like that's generally like how I diagnose this game if it's running poorly. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That time I did it a lot faster. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. We're sitting above 30 FPS. I mean, this is 1080p, but I don't think this is bad through here. Okay. Are these things I have to shoot at? I think I have to shoot at these. Wait, no, those are good people. Let me go to a different gun. It's running. It's running. It's not running like, it's not the smoothest experience I've ever had, but it's definitely playing. Yeah, this is very playable. If you're on a budget, like think about it. If you were to buy Borderlands 4, based on the price that I've given you guys here, Borderlands 4 costs $70. At least that's what I ended up paying for it. This PC costs anywhere from $400 to $450, depending on which parts you choose, what deals you get, that kind of stuff. I gotta go this way. Yeah, this PC costs, you know, 1/4, or the game costs 1/4 of what the PC costs. So like the fact that it's running it is very impressive. I have to imagine this isn't a shot at like PlayStation and those kinds of things, but I have to imagine this is probably about the same quality that you're getting. Oh, I'm the world's worst driver. Why am I not turning? This is probably about the same quality that you would expect out of a PlayStation or something of that nature. I could be wrong and overgeneralizing and have no clue what I'm talking about here, but that's what I feel like I'm getting right now is like, whoa, that zoomed in really fast. I feel like I'm getting console performance out of this. Where's everyone at? Yeah, Borderlands is running well. I want to shoot it a couple. Oh, there we go. There is some lag. That was an input stutter. So that's the first one I've seen, but we've been on this now, what, 10 minutes? That was not bad. That was not bad at all. I want to shoot at some things. I want to see if it causes us to lag really badly. Come on, give me some people. I do not have any complaints about this. Is this? Here we go. Here are things to shoot at. This is too close for this weapon. I'm not getting any problems. Not a single problem right now. Nothing. What is it? This one? Oh, I just no-scoped that guy and I have to pull out the other thing. Cool. This is good enough for me. That felt like a good place for Borderlands. I know you guys have said a lot in the chat and you're helping out Rehansk or whatever the name is again. I'm sorry. But that was great for me. This is like People Gaming Rig about 6 years ago and it still holds up. Yeah, it's very impressive. What resolution? 1080p. It's 1080p. By the way, left from India. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I saw that in my statistics that I did have some people watching from India. Don't know how I got over there, but cool. What did we say next? We're going to do Counter-Strike. So we'll go ahead and load up Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike is obviously going to run because everything runs Counter-Strike. So I'm not really that concerned about Counter-Strike running, but you can see how smooth or poorly it runs, whichever it might be. So we'll get this up and running. I'll try and keep up with the chat a little bit. Sometimes it can be tough because you guys are fantastic at keeping the conversation going, which is nice because I'm not always the best at that. Italy, welcome. I wish I spoke Italian. I do actually speak a little French, but I don't really want to embarrass myself here on stream. How are you? Sorry, bro, just been watching while distracted. Man, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm busy. I've had to go back to like my real business and put a lot more time and effort in it because when I started like really heavily getting into YouTube again, I kind of didn't spend as much time as I needed to on that. So I've had to spend a lot more time on that. And then, you know, obviously as you're about to find out, having a kid is rough. You just want to see me suffer in CS once again. What's my business? I do recruiting, like headhunting, that kind of stuff. What did Zachary say? PSUs are 80 certified and they're known for Great Wall PSUs. I've never even heard of that brand. What is that? Making videos and streaming takes so much time. It's challenging. It's very challenging. Speaking of that, have you tried streaming at all yet? I know that's kind of what you wanted to do. Okay, let's try some Counter-Strike. Wow, these don't seem like balanced teams. I don't know what settings we're on. We'll check those out real quick. Advanced video. Oh, everything is on high. Let's go to medium because medium is realistic. Oh, you guys, maybe I spoke too soon. Do I have something else running in the background? Oh my gosh. Oh no, did I speak too soon? Is this thing worse than a potato? Okay, it seems like we're slowly coming back now. It's a brand you've heard of course. Oh, it's coming back. No, there's still some times where it's kind of rough. Which is surprising because I think Counter-Strike came out like about the same time that this was around? Maybe? I'm not sure. But we're doing okay. I wouldn't say that like, oh, this rate transfer didn't work. I'm bad. I'm very bad at video games. All right, let me read what some of you guys have said. Someone is apparently cheating. I'll do cash. You stream and there's this kid who keeps messaging me on a VR game and try to get me to stream. Yeah, that can happen. You did for 2 weekends, but you can't since you found out she's pregnant. Hey, dude, you got to do what you got to do when you're a parent. You have to go low on CS2. Yeah, I might drop it to low in this match. India. Yeah, those are pretty common PSUs. I like MSI. I've used MSI. I love the Cooler Master brand personally. I don't know. I've never seen a PSU explode personally. I've used a brand that a lot of people claim they hate. It seems like it's running okay now. Oh, we switched maps and we've gotten a little further in. We're getting 150 plus FPS. This is very, very, very smooth now. So perhaps I just needed to give it a minute. Wow, I'm bad. I recommend people the Raid Max Cobra 650. And it gets a lot of hate. Like, people do not like that power supply. I've built 3 different computers now. You saw one burning before and it was yours. The thing is, like, you guys can't take my word at the best, because I've been doing this for like 7 or 8 months. I built one PC like 10 years ago, but beyond that, like, I probably built 30 or 40 in the last 8 months. But PSUs take time to degrade, to get ruined, to like fall apart. So that's one of those things where it's like, they're probably working fine now. They probably will work for 2 or 3 years, but the odds are that they could explode. They could do something like that. $30 to $40. They cut corners. Yeah, they're, if you want to see cut corners, buy a pre-built. You know, pre-builts are great if you don't know what you're doing, if you just need a PC. But like, pre-built computers, they cheap out so bad. I probably need to turn this down so it's not like right in your guy's ear. Oh, that was a lucky headshot. Pre-built computers can be rough. They will use proprietary parts. Like, if you want to see bad, go with Alienware. Buy Alienware and try to upgrade it, or do any problem solving or trouble. That guy is cheating. Try to do any kind of like troubleshooting or replacing. Andromeda is a very good brand. I've seen a lot of positive reviews about them. For a while, whenever I was looking, you know, I was looking at their, like, oh, that was a bad stutter. They had, you've been learning about PC since today and you know how to build? That's very impressive, because it took me 7.5 hours to full build my own first PC. I built a Ryzen 5 9600X. Oh, what? One of my friends just gave me information that Russell Westbrook just retired. That's kind of sad. Man, that's really sad. Bought an Alienware and you swap the CPU, lock the CPU? Yes. Yep. Yeah, and they are the worst. They have proprietary motherboard pin cable things. Parts, if you said you're in Utah, I would go with Newegg. Newegg is great. All right, so this is probably enough for you guys to see Counter-Strike. It's running. It had a little bit of problem like when we first loaded up. Man, I'm so bad, but at this point it's running pretty smooth. So let's go ahead and jump on another game. How do I leave? Which one is the leave? How do I get out of this game? I never know. Settings. Oh, here we go. Here, exit to main menu. You even built your own PSU once? It would have been scary for you to look at. It was scary for me as well. Jeez. I did better than last time. I'm actually not bad at I'm not bad at this. If like I wanted to change my sensitivity and stuff, I used to have really good aim. I could unlist some of the videos that I have or relist them on here back when I started like YouTube. I was doing like Fortnite and PUBG, and I used to have like amazing aim. Like I would get accusations of cheating. Oh yeah, so let's see what you guys might want now. Do TF2. It gets laggy. I don't have TF2. I know that that's a big one. I've played it like once in the past, but I haven't done a lot of it. What parts did you look up on Newegg? I mean, they have bundles and things. That's kind of where I go and get stuff, is just Newegg is cheap. Growing up does mess up your aim. It's not even just growing up. Oh yeah, someone requested Cyberpunk, so we'll do Cyberpunk. We can do Arc Raiders after that, and Black Myth. I'm fine with all those. You guys requested Cyberpunk. If you were here in the stream yesterday, we did the 9070 XT on 1440p with path tracing. We're obviously not going to be able to do that today. So be prepared to not see that. My friends are going crazy in a chat about, I don't know if any of you guys are basketball fans, but here in Oklahoma, you know, Russell Westbrook was a staple for the team a long time. He won an MVP, and apparently now he's retiring. And I'm seeing all those messages just come up on my phone. So interesting to know that that's happening, because I don't know. I didn't dislike the guy, but he definitely played his own style. I don't know. We're all PC people here, so I don't know how much sports interests the majority of the people that would watch this are watching it now. So maybe it's completely irrelevant to you guys. I don't know. But we'll load up Cyberpunk here and see. And then what did you guys ask for? Black Myth and Arc Raiders. We can do those too. All right. I'll bring you guys up. We'll have to wait for it to kind of load up for a second here. Settings. How do I change this? Where's the video? Video. Here we go. Apply. Graphics. We're going to do low because I don't think we should go much higher than low. If you guys really want me to, I'll try path tracing. But wait, no. I don't know where that put me. We probably will cry. Who had the $1 burrito and drink at Taco Bell yesterday? What the heck? Is it okay if you guys give me suggestions for stuff to look up on Newegg? It's about time I leave now. It was nice. Hey, Mr. Mosen, that's what I'm just going to say definitively. It's good to see you, man. Glad to catch up. I do hope that you're doing well. I forget what you got. Was it an RX 6600 XT? I know you got a new GPU, so I hope that thing is still working for you. Yeah, path tracing will definitely crash this. And I hope that, you know, life has gotten easier on you, my friend. So, what happened to my car? What? Oh, here, let me bring you guys up here so you guys can see. Am I supposed to get back into the car? I don't want to play from here. I wanted to go drive because I think there's a lot of shooting in this. Excuse me. Oh, they won't let me. Let me load. I'm going to load here again because this will just give us consistency. Apparently Russell Westbrook is getting added to the Hall of Fame already? I mean, you can debate whether or not he deserves it, what kind of person he is, kind of teammate. But I mean, for the accolades that he had in his career, you've seen people get in for way less. So I really don't disagree that he should be in there. Low, no ray tracing, everything is on low. Probably should turn this lens flare off. Contact shadows, I don't even know what some of these are. Whatever, it's on low and medium. That's probably enough. We'll try just for the heck of it to throw it in. I mean, we're getting 60 FPS. This is what I've said a million times. This is what I've said a million times. Like, if you guys were in the stream yesterday, we tested this out on a Ryzen 5 5500 and a 9070 XT on 1440p, and I thought the game looked amazing. But even now on a Ryzen 5 2600 and an RX 580, I think it still looks pretty good. And I can see what you guys are seeing right now. Like, there's like some glare from lighting and, you know, from compression and all that. But it definitely does have like its disadvantages. Test the ray tracing on the RTX 2060. Yeah, I do have a 2060. What do you want to see it paired with? I don't have time to like swap this out and try that in this stream, but this seems pretty solid. I mean, besides me being a terrible driver. Is this a good case? The case that I'm using right now, this is an Okinos Aqua 3. People like the look of it. I like the look of it. I personally don't like the size of it. It's a micro ATX case, and I'm not a big fan. But it's not bad. Have you listed the other PC for trade? I've not. This is actually the PC that you gave me, and I swapped out a 2600 in there, and you know, the RX 580. I have not done that because I don't know if I'm going to do it through my official business website or do it through the newsletter website, or how to do that. Or I kind of know how, I just don't know what I want to do with it. This seems pretty good for this. Let's see if we can break it. So let's go Ultra. Oh, it won't let me go much higher. Ultra. Oh. Oh, we can't do ray tracing on this. Okay, so we can just go ultra. Okay, let's try that. What GPU you're gonna try to sell it with? It does look a lot better. You can feel. So I've talked about this in the past in some of my videos. Like, you guys won't be able to see it super well. I'll try to angle it down some here. So I'll move. I prefer a full tower case, yeah. So here, let me make sure I'm not in the way for you guys. So I will move my hand, and you might not be able to see it like in real time, but there's just ever so much a slight delay between like when I'm actually moving the mouse, and it's like, it's not like you go like this and then it moves. It's like, it's more like dragging it through like a light amount of water or something. Like when you have it at a lower setting. So it like in a game like Cyberpunk, it probably doesn't matter. But if you're to go play like a competitive FPS like Cyberpunk, or not Cyberpunk, Counter-Strike 2, it definitely would make a difference. So there is Cyberpunk. I feel like that's a pretty good synopsis of it. Let's scoot you guys back up here. What did we say next? Black Myth Wukong. I do prefer a full tower case. Jello aim, yes, Jello aim is definitely what I would consider it as. What GPU am I going to try to sell it with? I haven't decided if I'm going to do this PC with the 1660 Super or the 2060. Why is this still not stopped? That's so strange. Would we say Black Myth or Arc Raiders? I guess both is fine. We'll try Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth. Okay, we'll try Black Myth Wukong. I'm probably going to go for another 30, 45 minutes. I've got a work call in about an hour and 15 minutes, and I need to go check up on my kids, my wife, and make sure they're all doing okay, and I don't need to do anything to help or be useful, I guess. I don't know. I think it's running, right? Yeah. While this is loading up, I'd love to hear what you guys play. You know, what kind of PC are you guys on? CPU, GPU, that kind of stuff. What are your go-to games? Have you tried anything else or anything different? Like, or are you like hesitant to buy new games because you don't know if it's going to run well or anything like that? So, love to hear some of those things from you guys and your perspective. Also, if you are enjoying this, you know, you are always welcome to leave a like. Comment. If you're watching not on the live stream and you're watching when it comes back to a video, it's kind of tough to make it through some of these because like I'm chatting and it's not all extremely applicable. But if you are watching it and you do enjoy this style of video, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I assume that it's loading here. That's the other thing that you're going to run into with CPUs that are slower like this. PC Part Picker is amazing. Yeah. So when you run with PCs like or CPUs like this, I need to bring you guys down some. When you run with CPUs like this, it's so slow. It is very, very slow. We've got to, that's rough. We have to compile shaders. That's going to take a long time. Since you just found about the PC, can my following time make up for it? It doesn't really make a difference on how long you follow. In December, I'm just going to draw a name from all the people that are registered. The shaders, yep, they get you that every time. Battlefield 6 again. The new map is fire. I've heard good things about it, I think. Yeah, the shaders are rough. That is probably my least favorite thing, and you'll see from this. So yesterday we did the Ryzen 5 5500 and it took a long time. This is going to take even longer. And we saw how long it took on Borderlands 4. So like so if you're coming into this like as an actual video, you're interested and you're not just hanging out because you like me, you're in the stream or anything, whatever. But like if you're a person that's actually looking at buying a $400, $450, $500 PC, this is where the trade-offs start to happen. So obviously you're not going to be able to play in 1440p or 4K. You could probably get away with 1440p, but you're not going to be running in like high or ultra. You might be able to play in low. Like I could probably put this on 1440p, not Black Myth Wukong, but several of the other games you could probably play in 1440p. But the other trade-off that you're going to have is games are going to take longer to compile shaders, to load. If the game, so like if a game has to access information, it's like not stored on your drive when you download it. I don't know the technical term for this, but like it has to recreate the world every time you open up the game. It's going to take longer. You know, if it's a game that requires heavy GPU and heavy CPU, there's a stronger chance you're going to stutter. When we play Arc Raiders, you guys will probably see it stutter. In fact, we're probably going to stutter pretty badly in Black Myth Wukong, especially if we up the graphics. So like these are some of the trade-offs that you're going to face whenever you're playing on a lower end PC. But the other thing is like $70 game, Borderlands 4, $70 game. I think Arc Raiders is a $40 game or something like that. So like odds are if you're buying a super budget PC, you're probably not playing these games. And if you are, you know, you're probably only buying one of them. And you're going to want to know if the one that you buy specifically can play it. So like those are some of the trade-offs that you might want to consider. Otherwise, like they still run. You can still use them as PCs. You know, if you have to work on them or do anything like that, like I would pick this PC right here all day, every day over a laptop. Every single time. There are very few laptops that I had like a lot of pleasure with. I mean, I spent $1,100 on a laptop, and I would probably pick, I think, yeah, in fact, I would probably pick this PC over that laptop. I just would, because laptops just, they offer the portability, but they get hot way too quickly. They often have like terrible thermal issues where it just starts thermal throttling itself. The graphics cards are usually junk in them. The processors are awful. Just not great. So let me catch up with this. You just subscribed to through email. Glad to have you. Texture streaming. Yep, texture is pretty bad. This is an impressive PC. Not gonna lie, I was expecting 5 FPS. Signing up now. Awesome. Yeah, it is. I mean, that's the thing, and that's like something I enjoy about doing these kinds of streams or like videos and showing people is there's a lot of content on YouTube, and I talked about this yesterday, focused around build this $1,000 PC, buy this $700 graphics card, and that's great. Like that content is really helpful to a very small population, though. You know, so a lot of you guys in here have built PCs, like Peter. What is it? Peter Smoozy. Peter, you said you've been building them for like 30 years or something like that. Like if you've built PCs, I've got a friend that comes in here all the time called Buddy. His name is Buddy Builds. He's probably built like 1,000 PCs in his life. He buys and resells and stuff like that. So like if you've done it for a long time, you probably are aware of what's a good deal, how to build something appropriately, like what you should pair with other things. But for the average person, like they don't care about $1,000 PC. They just want to know what they can buy that's going to run what they want. And like the content that I create is more focused on the people that are like, I only have $500, or I have a PC, but I only have $300 to upgrade it. Well, graphics card would pair well with this. And while the rest of the world might say like, you can't do that, you're going to get bottlenecked, or like you're wasting your money, you should never pair a 9070 XT with a 5500. Yesterday we saw it's fine. Like you're not going to get like the most optimal out of it, but we ran path tracing in Cyberpunk. You know, the reason, and I talked about it yesterday, the reason people do that is because you don't get paid to talk about used hardware. Like there's no point in me recommending you guys an RX 580. AMD's not going to pay me for that. You could just go off of eBay and buy one. So like when they recommend you a 9070 XT, or if they can say the 5060 Ti is a great card, you know, buy the 16 gig, it's the best budget GPU, whatever. Like the reason they can do those things is because they can put Amazon affiliate links for it. You know, they might be getting sponsored for those companies, but no one's going to reach out to sponsor me in the PC space because I'm talking about budget stuff. So they're not going to be able to make money off of that. So like, I get it. I respect it. Like they don't have a need to dabble there, or they just haven't because there's no money there. And at the end of the day, like I don't blame them for feeling that way. Like that's, if you're making YouTube content and you're trying to, you know, provide for yourself, your family, you have aspirations and dreams and goals and stuff, like you don't want to do this and make nothing. So the meta way of doing it is just suggesting new stuff, suggesting things that might cost more. So people don't dabble in, you know, this stuff. Or if they do, like a lot of those videos are like, I got 1,000 FPS on a $400 PC, which like I could title things that way and make it out that way, but like I'm not I'm not big into clickbait. I would just rather be like, here's what you got. Here's anyway. I think we're almost done on this. What have you guys been saying in here? If you played arcade games and enjoyed yourself, then graphics don't matter. 100% true. Any GPU video sponsored by the manufacturer is an automatic glaze for sure. That can be the case. You run on Nintendo and you feel bad because you can't afford one by saving up for one. Nintendo's not that bad. 1,000 FPS in solitaire. There you go. Cyberpunk Borderlands 4. So in Cyberpunk, we were getting... What were we getting, like 60? I think we were getting 60 or so. Sometimes it would spike up to like 80 or 100. And in Borderlands 4, we were getting, what was it, 30 to 45? It was very playable. In one time during like a 10-minute run on Borderlands 4, we had any kind of lag once. And then Cyberpunk, I don't think we ever ran into any. I didn't play Cyberpunk that much, though, or as long. So not as many problems. But yeah, so we ran that. What else did we run so far? Did we play anything that was demanding? I don't remember. I think those were the only two that were super demanding. We did Counter-Strike, and I've lost my mind, you guys. I've lost my mind. I think we're almost done on this. So let's go ahead and jump into Black Myth Wukong now. Here's another demanding game. So we'll kind of get to see, again, if you're just joining the stream, this is around a $400 build. I recommend it in the very beginning if you want to go back to like all the parts. A Ryzen 5 2600, RX 580, and 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM. Just pulled keys and cleaned my keyboard. Cats and crumbs. Took 45 minutes, one row at a time. Oh my gosh, you poor soul. That sounds miserable. All right, Black Myth Wukong, continue. Oh, I did not mean to click New Journey. No, 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 no. Oh, no. I don't even think I can leave this. You guys want to watch the cinematic from here? You know what? Here, because if you've never done Black Myth Wukong and the beginning thing, it takes like 14 minutes. We're not going to sit through it, but you will see here, and I talked about this yesterday. When you have a slower CPU, the words and what comes out like on the screen and what verbally comes out don't match up. So I will let you guys watch a little bit of that, and then we're gonna leave. Good stuff, honestly, better than I would have expected. Was that with upscaling frame gen? No frame gen. No frame gen on anything. Oh, this is rough. This is real rough. Oh no. we're getting 14 FPS. It is very slow. Oh wow. If you've never seen Black Myth Wukong, like the intro scene, it's amazing. I don't even play like single mode story games, and I thought it was beautiful. Oh wow. This is a mess, you guys. I'm sorry if this is hurting your eyes. Very sorry if this is hurting your eyes. I don't want to play too much more of this because it takes a long time to get to anything. I do want to see them talk a little bit so that I can show you what I'm talking about, though. Like, I think he's going to talk soon. Can't remember if I can fast forward through any of this or not.
My master.
Oh yeah.
Safe. The scriptures sound.
Do you guys see how far off it is, like when he speaks and when it comes out?
A life in my mountain, free from you and your so-called merits. Those high above don't trust me. I understand that. And they send you and those knuckleheads to threaten me. To obey and serve once more. I understand that too. But what I don't understand is... You bastards killing my time!
Okay, that's probably enough. That's probably enough. I'll go back and actually play it. Your friend plays at this frame rate daily. I'm not sure how he does it. Get him a GPU. When you don't have a choice, you get used to what you have. That's true. I played on a PC that got... I used to play... I've talked about this before. I used to play Unreal Tournament 2004 on a PC that got 14 FPS. And Unreal Tournament 2004 is an extremely fast FPS-based game. And like that was a terrible, terrible experience. Running 5900X on an X570 Master, 47 Ti Super. Oh, dude, that's a beast of a setup. A 5900X is extremely strong. Definitely had a choice. You just never upgraded, even making good money. I mean, the thing is, though, like, if you don't need to upgrade, if you don't, I was just talking about this, like, if you don't understand or know PCs, who cares? Like, honestly, like, when people go to buy a PC, they're like, does the lighting look cool? Does the case look nice? Will it play my game? The only people that care is like a very small percentage that watch like the YouTube content, and they will this take me back to the cutscene? I don't think it will. I think it'll take me to the actual game. Like the only people that actually care is a very small percentage that watch like LTT or Linus Tech Tips or ZTT or Gamers Nexus or whoever else I'm forgetting on here that like hardcore understand and like min-max everything. So most people don't care about that. You have something to tell me? You just entered a $1,000 giveaway and the video only has 251 views. Wow. There you go. Specs maxing is low IQ, budget building is an art. Specs maxing is, it's not low IQ, it's just a hobby. If you cared about looks, your PC would have cost you twice as much. That's, yeah. What do you think your chances of getting the PC are? It just depends on, how many other people have entered and how your entry is weighted. So here we have Black Myth Wukong. We are definitely on the wrong setting, so let me change that for you guys really quick. We probably have to drop this down to 50. No frame gen. Obviously, we're not going to run cinematic. We're going to play it on low. Confirm. Okay. It doesn't look that bad. Let me bring you guys a little closer here. It's not that bad looking. Again, you're being compressed and there's lighting and things that are throwing you guys off. So you probably can't like exactly tell, but this is a $70 game, $60, whatever it is now. This is a 425. Wherever you choose to spend money or cut, you can. There's some movement on the pricing. But this is a $400 PC essentially for all intents and purposes. And we're getting 60 FPS. What people say? If you have money for the best, you'll obviously get the best. I mean, that's where it is. Like that's the thing is like you can justify it if it's a hobby and you enjoy it. I waste money on food. I don't have to buy certain things of food. I could just survive and budget it. But like sometimes I'll go out to eat or, waste money on things that other people might consider like dumb. It's a waste of time, a waste of resources to do that. So it's the same thing with like PC building. Like if it's a hobby or something you enjoy, you can't be faulted for that. Also, like you guys are just seeing this because it's my lighting. Nobody needs a 5090. I think there are use cases for 5090. I talked about this yesterday. If you need a 5090, it's more than likely because you are... I need to turn this down so it's not too loud for you guys. Ow. I'm not getting any lag or anything here. I wish I was better at this game and that I liked it more because it has really good graphics. Ow! The guy like one-shot me. Okay, well, that's enough of Black Myth Wukong. I mean, we're on low. Actually, if you guys want, I'll raise the graphics a little bit. And we can check that out. 4K maxed out on 248 Hertz OLED. 5090 still needs DLSS and frame gen. Some path tracing games. Yeah. If it's your main hobby, you live together. That's why you know so much about your. Yeah. I mean, if you guys live together, so if you wanted to, you could probably bump up the graphics a little bit. And that's what I was saying. Daily Dose. Like, if it's your main hobby, like everybody, if they have the opportunity, unless you were just like extremely frugal, probably spends money on something that like other people might consider a waste. So, I played a lot of sports. I've traveled to compete for sports. I buy equipment for sports. Some other people might go, well, why are you wasting your money on that? That doesn't seem wise. For me, it's like, that $300 that I spent on that weekend was full of memories. What's the upscaling situation? This is medium. What's the upscaling? You want a Prius. Yeah, see, there you go. See, like there's another rationale of you. We're on FSR3. Oh, this is supposed to be 50, not 49, whatever, same thing. But everything is on medium. My assumption is that you probably are in some kind of like engineering type space or something that's very analytical, because if you're desiring a 5090, you probably like enjoy PCs, you enjoy that kind of stuff. But if you have a Prius, like you don't have a need or care about those kinds of things elsewhere. So, yeah, this is running. I mean, we're on 40 FPS on, a $400 PC. Again, this is a fourth of the cost of this thing. Ow, please stop. Ow, wait, please. I'm not gonna beat you. All right, you beat me. That's Black Myth. Not bad though. And you guys, look, up here, this is how much RAM we're using. This PC only has 16 gigs of RAM. That's another thing that I've debunked several times, is like 32 gigs. Even before it got expensive, everyone said, like, now people are starting to say 16 gigs you can live on, but like everyone was like 32 gigs, it's just the minimum, you have to get it. And like, I understood that it made sense, like when 16 gigs versus 32 gigs, it's like a $30 difference or something like that, but like, it's just not true. So let me go ahead and swap over to Arc Raiders. I might have time for that and maybe one more, and then I got to get out of here. Let me catch up on these messages real quick as well. I don't know why. I'm also having a hard time getting it to stop. So you guys might be able to see here, like it says Borderlands 4 is still going, even though it's not. I don't have Red Dead Redemption 2. I know it's something that I need to get at some point. Does Nylons have any PC they're willing to sell if I might sell my 5500, but I don't know when I'm doing that or what I'm going to sell it for. Probably like a 5500 and either a 1660 Super or a 2060. I have to price it out. It's probably going to be like $400 or $500. I would guess, somewhere around there. You only need good parts on my PC for a development job. No, see, that's the thing. Like, if you're doing CAD or, you know, SolidWorks or something like that, like, you 100% should and have to have a PC that can handle that. But when you're just playing video games, like, you don't need those things. So we're preloading the shaders. And again, this is where that quality of life comes in, because this could take a while. That is not really getting very clear, is it? Ooh, that looks terrible for film. There you go, 26%. So that might take a little while. So we're gonna let that load. But yeah, if you don't need it, you don't need it. 16 gigabytes is more than adequate for 99% of games in your experience. It is, so if you have even an entry or mid-range GPU and a decent CPU, 32 is more for enthusiasts and professionals. Do I have 007? I don't. Didn't they come out with a new 007 recently? I haven't played 007 in probably, it might be 25 years. It probably is 25 years. This is a game, so I've tested it out before, because when you start getting in like 1440p and like the highest settings, Black Myth Wukong will pull like 18 to 20. Arc Raiders, if you have the settings a bit higher, I've had it pull 22 to 23 gigs of RAM. And what I've also seen before is if you have more RAM, so like let's say we were running this RX 580, but we had it paired with a weaker CPU, like this setup right here. If we were to put in 32 gigs of RAM, it will actually run smoother. Believe it or not, it'll just start off putting more onto the RAM, and it will run better. It won't make like a monumental difference or like the price difference from going from 16 to 32, but I have seen that before. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on here. Yes, the more you have, the more it takes. That is 100% correct. Let me scoot you guys down here. Play. Oh wait, I need to do my loadout. Free loadout. We're just gonna run around and shoot some things. Let me show you, or let's change the settings really quick. Make sure that I'm on reasonable settings. Oh, we're already in the game. That was fast. Yeah, I think that I heard about the 007. They did it and it was pretty well optimized. Most games do that, even Windows. Yep, if you have more RAM, it will take more RAM. But this is a 30, if you guys weren't here for the beginning, I'll see if I can get an angle of it that you can kind of see. This is a $30 kit of RAM. It's green. It doesn't have any of the housing or fancy stuff on it. It's 16 gigs and it's a Lee Yi brand. It's like I think it came from like an Office PC or something like that. So like it's not good RAM by any means. It's not nice RAM. And you guys have seen what this PC is capable of doing so far. Here, let's see if I can maybe come down a little bit, bring you guys up some. There we go. Okay, so let's see what settings we're on now. Settings, graphics, 1080p, no VSync, no frame gen, balanced, cinematic. Wow, wait, this is cinematic. Hold on, if we're already on this, I want to see if it'll run it. 1080p cinematic on a $400 computer. Does it actually run this? Keep it up, I try. No way. This is with it raining too. Also, it's not the 250K plus. I'm just lazy and I haven't changed that. Where am I going? Here? Is that close? Where am I? Where's the map? I think some things aren't loading in. Don't I normally have a map on here? I think it's not loading in. This is running. I'm very surprised that it's running at cinematic. I am genuinely surprised. The GPU is getting maxed, but it's not pushing the CPU like at all. This is I'm extremely impressed. So I did a test before where I tested out how much RAM do you actually need. I tested 8, 16 gigs, 32 gigs, and 64 gigs, and the only time it genuinely made a real difference was going from 16 down to 8, and then like if you went to like 1440p Ultra, going from 16 to 32. And if you were running on a single stick or a dual channel, that did impact it some. But this is 1080p cinematic settings and running fine. I mean, we're only getting 20 FPS, and I haven't shot at anything or done anything wild yet, but I can't really complain about what I'm experiencing. I don't know how to get up. I haven't played Arc Raiders in a while. Yeah, your friend could definitely sell. I did a swap, so I had 64 gigs of RAM, and I traded my RAM for 32 gigs of RAM and 250 cache because I didn't need 64 gigs of RAM. And that guy only did it because he just took one stick and put it in his system, and then took the other stick and put it in someone else's system. You can't jump up and vault in this game, can you? Oh, you can. Okay. All right, I want to go shoot at something really quick and see if we drop a lot. Can I get up here, please? There we go. I want to go shoot at something really quick and see if we drop a lot in FPS. Apparently I can't get up these stairs. All right. I just wanted to get up there, game. Why is this so hard? No silver lining of buying the wrong allocation of parts. Yeah, there you go. Try getting 60 plus FPS at medium low. I think we can. You know, I'll drop it for you because it's taking so long for us to get anywhere. I definitely think we can get to that. And this is without frame gen. So let's just go to low and see what that brings us to. Wow, it's taking forever to swap over to that. Yeah, I'm sure his RAM appreciated like crazy. No frame gen on. We are at 76 FPS. Now, it is very possible that like as soon as we start shooting something, how do I get in here? Oh yeah. As soon as we start shooting at something or get in, we might die or just like lag really hard. Okay, I think I hear stuff. Ah! I think I'm being shot at by a person. I'm not lagging though. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this game, you guys. I haven't played much. I can't tell if they're trying to shoot at me or not. I don't want to be here though, because like, I don't want to fight him. I don't think he wants to fight, so I guess we're just going to bounce. There's not much I can show you guys in Arc Raiders because it's going to take me forever to get somewhere. But it did show, like, running around not doing anything. We're getting more than adequate. I don't know why that's a high loot area. Or maybe I'll see something out here really quick and shoot at it. That's usually... You guys might have seen it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we've had a few times where, like, yeah. Now we're definitely starting to get like some of those drops. Good to see you, Sanford. Keep up the good work. Hey, thank you, Garage Shop. Training area. Yeah, that's true. But the training area isn't like indicative of like real world results. That always, like when people do that kind of stuff, it always just tests the best of the best. It's like when people pair like a 3060 Ti with a 9800 X3D, and they're like, this is my task bench, and I'm like, but that doesn't help. No one's going to be buying a 3060 Ti and pairing it with the 9800 X3D. I feel like that's probably good. That probably shows us enough of that. So we'll go ahead and jump out of Arc Raiders, and we'll swap to another game. I think I've got time for one more game, and then I'm going to get off. Now the CPU is working harder. Yep. Yep. So we'll jump over to one more game. Let's see, do you guys want to do, what do we have over here? Do you guys want to do Spider-Man 2, Pragmata, Space Marine 2, or I showed it yesterday. Planet Zoo is a very CPU intense game. If you guys were in the stream at all yesterday, I've done it on the past 2 streams actually. I tried Planet Zoo. This is a game that looks really good, but like the worse your CPU is, the worse it runs. So if you guys want to see that, I'll show that as well. Use training to test specific things, fast movement, lots of explosions, etc. It does. I mean, it does work. It definitely does work. JWE. I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what that is. I had Marvel Rivals, but I don't have it downloaded. And that's probably just going to run like the same as Apex or the Finals or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, we could do Crimson Desert if you guys wanted to do Crimson Desert. We did test that yesterday. I can do that one. Do you guys want Crimson Desert? Oh, Jurassic World. No, I've heard good things about it. So I would say probably either Crimson Desert or... yeah, Crimson Desert or Planet Zoo. If you guys have a preference, I'll do one of those. Twitch shooters. Yeah. Yeah, if you're on a Twitch shooter type game, you need a very good CPU. I guess let's just do Crimson Desert. We'll start that up. Yeah, and so we'll probably be done in about 10 minutes or so because I got a work call I've got to do. Oh yeah, we can't play on the RX 580. That's right, isn't it? Or did they allow it? I can't remember. I know at one point you could not, and maybe you can now. I'm not sure. We might not be able to play on the RX 580. So this is a disadvantage that you can run into, like if you're playing on a PC that, yeah, it won't let us. We can't play it. Yeah, Crimson Desert's a no-go. So you will run into that like at times with GPUs of this cost. Let me get a drink real quick and I'll show you a recommendation. So if that were the case for you, where I talked about you have some wiggle room in the budget, if you are on an RX 580, and I don't know if it's like AMD cards to stop getting support, you could always try like a 1660 Super. These are about $100 and they're a lot faster than an RX 580. But if you go with the RAM I mentioned, so I budgeted the PC build at 415 with like a $70 RAM. That RAM actually costs $30. You can get a cheaper motherboard than what I budgeted for. I think I did 70. Like you can find them at like $40. You can get a used one for like 40 bucks, maybe less, honestly. So like you definitely have some wiggle room for something like 1660 Super. I think you could probably also pick up, if I can find it somewhere around here, you could probably also pick up something like a 2060. I think these are going for maybe 140. So like you can downgrade to like RAM like this, which we're seeing runs fine. You can get a cheaper motherboard. Like if all you're doing is gaming, you can just pair the 2600 with the 2060 or 1660 Super. You'll have access to Cyberpunk, Crimson Desert. I guess you could play Cyberpunk on that. But Crimson Desert on something like this will run just fine. So, all right. So it looks like we're not going to be able to do Crimson Desert. I vote. I want to see Planet Zoo on this because we saw it the last few days. I think it's a cool looking game. My little girl loves this game too. So we'll try this, and then I'll probably get off because I've got to do some other stuff. Space Marine. Oh man. That's a good giveaway, PC man. Space Marine. I should have done Space Marine. I'm sorry, but this is a really good game. It's a good indicator of it as well. This is harder on the CPU than Space Marine is for sure. This is way harder because it's like a tycoon, roller coaster type game. It's a world builder. So we'll show this. And then we'll get out of here. And hopefully this has been helpful for you if you're in the market of potentially buying. You know, if you weren't a part of the live stream and you joined this to see like, hey, I've got $400 to build a PC. What does that look like? And maybe I'll do like a subsequent video this week or next week, you know, of building a PC like that. So like putting it together. So if you were to build one, go through the actual steps, that kind of stuff. Yeah, the PC that you listed out is a very good PC. It's a very good PC. 9800X 3D and the 4070 Ti. I think you said 4070 Ti Super is very solid. So like this game has incredible graphics. But if you looked at like what we were getting yesterday, the FPS and all that, it is significantly lower. I think you said 57 or 4070 Ti in it. Let me see what settings we have right now. Graphics 1080. Oh, we are on Ultra. This is on Ultra. Wow. So I want to go to the lemurs because that's where we see a lot of stuff happening. Where are our lemurs? I want to show you the lemurs and the people. Let's see. Is there one running around? Come here, dude. No. I'm so bad. Okay, here we go. So this is very like demanding, and you'll see like teleportation through things, or like things will be missing. Like, see here, look, he's eating something, but because we have a weak CPU and GPU, you can't tell what it is. Like sometimes they'll just run through things, or like what they're trying to do won't exist, but they still keep doing the action. Yeah, like he's going through the wood here because the CPU can't quite keep up. And like just sometimes like the movement isn't making sense, like he's floating. Or she, whatever this lemur is, I don't really know. Well, this one's not doing much anymore. So let me take you guys to a crowd of people that are like walking around real quick. And the FPS will like kind of dip a lot in these areas. Also, I'm really bad at like navigating this. I'll go back. Okay, maybe we need to go this way. There we go. All right, go to this bridge. Okay, so here, like people are trying to throw stuff away or take pictures. It's honestly like, it's running a lot better than I expected it to. I haven't seen like any teleportation. People aren't like walking through each other. It's a little like chunky, like the movements and stuff, but I think that's just how the game is built. So yeah, I'm impressed. I've got to say for $400, this has been really solid. I can't complain. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of the message you guys have left. I'm going to read some of the messages you guys have left and then call it a day. Get out of here. Did you just say you have 14 terabytes of storage? I have to imagine some of that's hard drive, not like a SATA or an NVMe. Okay, guys. So yeah, if you came from YouTube, you weren't on the live stream, this is a $400 PC right here. It's been running fine. We haven't had any issues as far as like overheating, problems playing games. We opened up some web browsers, it did okay. So if you're in the market and you're looking at something like that, like don't be discouraged to buy a PC. And you can go back and see the exact specs that I did, like probably somewhere around like the 7 to 10 minute mark. I don't really know. I should bookmark that, or maybe someone in here can do that. I don't know, but if you go around that part, like it'll talk about the exact specs. I pulled up websites that you can use to go like purchase them. It's not bad. If all you're trying to do is game, like I would recommend going up a little higher if you're trying to play Crimson Desert, because this card won't run it. But you could always get a 1660 Super or 2060, and you'll be fine. You know, and if you had budget in your room to go up even more, you could get just a little bit better CPU, like a Ryzen 5 3600, and you know, even a better GPU, like a 3060 Ti or something like that, and you're good for a long time. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up here, let you know, see what you guys have said. Otherwise, I hope that if you have found this useful, again, please leave a like. You can donate to help get new equipment. One of the videos I want to do is to compare a Ryzen, not a Ryzen, an RTX 5050 versus the new 9050. You know, they're kind of similar cost points. I want to see how they compare to each other, AMD versus NVIDIA. And, you know, I don't want the 4 gigabyte version of the 9050 because I think that's just going to be junk. But I'd love to do that. So, you know, if you guys are interested in helping out, I do have a link in the description where you can, one, sign up for the newsletter. That's a free service. You'll get notified of upcoming content. We're going to have the tournament where we're giving away the 4790K PC. 2, you can give away there if you just scroll down to upgrade or like help give new tech. There you can give away, or you can donate there. You just hit upgrade and it'll take you through that process. If you want to do that, it'd be super helpful. And then, yeah, I forget what I was going to say. But yeah, I'm going to read some of the comments here and then we're going to get out of here. So I do appreciate all of you coming in. What's my favorite current game to play? I don't have time. I genuinely just don't have time to play games. I play League of Legends out of comfort. You look at Starforge pricing and greatly appreciate builders like you who keep the budget builds going. I think you have to. 2 HDDs and 1 NVMe. Thank you for your time. Hey, Garage Shop, I appreciate you. So I think I'm going to call it there, everybody. I do appreciate everyone that's shown up, you guys being in the stream. You guys do a lot of chatting, and it helps me not go crazy, go out of my mind. You're just talking to myself and playing games. I'm gonna call it a day there. I will catch you guys in the next one.